بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وعن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال فرض رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم زكاة الفطر طهرة للصائم من اللغو والرفث وطعمة للمساكين، فمن أداها قبل الصلاة فهي زكاة مقبولة، ومن أداها بعد الصلاة فهي صدقة من الصدقات. رواه أبو داود وابن ماجة وصححه الإمام الحاكم رحمة الله على الجميع. Sayyidina Abdullah, son of Sayyidina Abbas, may Allah Ta'ala be pleased with both of them, narrated that the Holy Messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prescribed Zakatul Fitr on the one who fasts, i.e. who fasted during the month of Ramadan, to purify him from any indecent act or speech, or means of purifying him from vain talk and immoral deeds, and as a means of feeding the poor, providing food for the needy. It is accepted as zakat for the person who pays it before the Eid prayer, and it is sadaqah, i.e. voluntary charity for the person who pays it after the Eid prayer. The hadith is in Sunan Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, and al-Imam al-Hakim declared it as Sahih. So Zakat al-Fitr is not a mere sadaqah. It is an obligation the Holy Prophet ﷺ prescribed, of course, because of from the command of Allah Ta'ala to purify us from our shortcomings, things we have included in our fast and in our acts of ibadah during this holy month of Ramadan, purifying him from vain talk and immoral deeds, because those things nullify one's fast. The Holy Prophet ﷺ says, if one cannot stop doing those things, Allah does not have any need for him to stop eating or drinking. But Allah Ta'ala is merciful. He knows that we're not perfect. So He's prescribed the Zakat al-Fitr to rectify, to correct these mistakes, to purify ourselves from the vain talks we have engaged in, or immoral deeds we may have done during the month of Ramadan. Ask Allah Ta'ala to purify all of us and to help us be on Sirat al-Mustaqim. And the other purpose is for the needy to have something with which they can help themselves. Because the day of Eid, you cannot be celebrating with empty pockets, with empty stomach. So the Prophet ﷺ wants us to make sure that we give Zakat al-Fitr before Salat al-Eid. Because if it is before Salah, then it's a Zakat al-Fitr. If one gives it after Salah, it's a mere sadaqah. It has nothing to do with Zakat al-Fitr, yes.
The Zakat, when is it, does it really begin? Does it begin during the first day of Ramadan to the last day, or is before, a day before the Eid?
Yeah, that's a debate. To Imam Shafi'i, rahmatullah alayhi, when Ramadan begins, you can give it. To the majority of the scholars, it begins 1 or 2 days before Eid.
Okay, before.
Huh? But the obligation begins, meaning it suffices if you give it during the month of Ramadan, according to Shafi'i. It suffices if you give it 1 or 2 days before Eid. But the obligation begins with the end of Ramadan, meaning at Maghrib time today. That means if you have a baby born today before the end of the day, you must give Zakat al-Fitr for that baby. If the baby is born after Maghrib, then there is no Zakat al-Fitr for that baby because he was born after the end of Ramadan. So the obligation starts at by the end of the day of today. Meaning when the day ends, then that's when the obligation starts. There is a difference between obligation starts or the time of sufficiency, meaning it suffices if you give it today, if you give it before. What is not sufficient is when you give it after the Salah. It's not considered as Zakat al-Fitr, but as Sadaqah, as the Holy Prophet ﷺ says. Yes, you were saying something.
Yeah, is it only restricted to your domain? I mean, your area where you live, or you can extend it outside your domain?
The Holy Prophet ﷺ did not limit us, but it's good that you make sure in your area, because the masakin of your area have more than one rights over you. They are your neighbors, and you know that they are masakin. If you don't help with them, is there anyone who does not know that they are needy out here help? So I think those who are around are priority. It doesn't mean that it's not sufficient if you give it elsewhere. Just like zakat. واضح؟ جزاك الله خير. بارك الله فيك. هذا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم.